Hey guys, it's Remo. Welcome back to Rehabbing the Concourse. Today is episode 5, day 15. A lot has happened, so come check out the progress so far. So we're here in the living room, and you see now we have windows. All the windows have been installed except one, and I'll explain that as we get to that room. But all the windows are in. You can see now all the holes that needed to be patched are also getting patched. So the drywall is no longer just the ceiling, but it's actually the walls as well that are being patched. And you can see the finish on this wall here, how nice and smooth it is. So all that's been done. The recessed lights are all in. We have someone working in the attic right now. So we're here in the kitchen now. You can see all the recessed cans are actually physically into the wall. And underneath the sink, now from last episode, you saw that it was open and exposed, and now it's closed. Now, why that's important is on Friday, we actually passed inspection. So there's a rough electrical and a rough plumbing that we passed, meaning that we can actually close up the walls. So now you could see that it's completely closed and it's mudded for a second time. And our hope is that tomorrow, we have one more inspection happening, and if they confirm that all the electrical is in good shape, the power gets turned back on, because again, in the last episode we mentioned it was deneutralized from the actual line. So we don't have any power, and we've been using the neighbor's extension cord to be able to get power so far. So we're here in bedroom number 1, and you can see the windows have been completely installed. They look really, really nice. And this window, if you remember, was actually this high. And so what happened is we needed to get a bigger window, longer window, so someone can escape just in case if there is a fire. So these windows were reduced down, and you see all the drywall completely done. So this is a nice big window. That window's been changed as well. Now here you have the panel. It's completely been drywalled in. It looks nice and flush. It'll get sanded and probably one more layer of mud. But this had already passed the rough inspection, so the panel looks good, and that's why we were able to drywall it. Now coming here into the bathroom, we started putting paper in, and so this paper goes in before the Hardiebacker just to provide another weather barrier before the Hardiebacker, and then the tile that goes in, so that'll get done today. I think in the last episode we mentioned we got a temporary toilet that helps the guys out significantly. You can see the AC duct ran. So this room, I think, is gonna start getting drywalled today. And so by next episode, this will be completely drywalled and ready to paint. This is all done. Again, the soffit is completely done. So the goal, I believe, by end of day tomorrow, that they will actually start texturing the whole house. So that's why all the windows are covered, because when they texture, they'll just texture right over everything. And so make sure that everything looks the same, is nice and consistent. So, and it's a lot easier and cheaper when you're able to do that, because you don't have to prep as much, because they can just go to town with the texture. So we're here in this bathroom. Not much has happened. The only thing I could probably mention is that the window is in. This is now on the 2nd story, so the upstairs windows take a little bit longer to put in just because of safety reasons. We passed rough plumbing, so what'll happen is all these walls will get closed up by the next episode. Bedroom 3. The big noticeable thing here is now we have a nice sliding door that's gonna be great because it's energy efficient. A lot better than the old aluminum one that was there. This one actually is secure. The other one we didn't mention in the other episodes, but you could have just jumped over here and just opened it quite easily. But now that's properly secured. So all this will get done up really nice, and you would never know that this was replaced. The soffit got the last coat of mud, so this will get sanded one more time and get ready for texture. So it doesn't look like much, but there's been a lot of progress. So one thing to note, that was the old battery operated smoke detector. So that is a little bracket that you put up there, and then you attach the smoke detector. Well, they didn't take it off, and so the drywallers, they cut around it. So what's gonna happen is that's gonna get removed, and they're gonna fill in that, so it's all flush there. Little things that was missed. And bedroom number 4, the last bedroom, you see a nice new window there, and you see that there's nothing here. And the reason why is we actually had to order another window that was lower, like the one downstairs. Even though it's the second floor, you have to be able to escape in case of a fire. And this window is too high. You're only allowed to be 44 inches or lower from the ground, and I believe this one's 46 or 47 inches, so it's too tall. So I think that window's coming in Friday, so hopefully by 2 more episodes this will be in. And then the last thing in here that hasn't been done is to be able to allow the air duct. We're gonna build what's called another soffit like you've seen in the other bedrooms that'll kind of box this in all the way. You see a hand coming through the wall there. So that's the hand of a good contractor right there. So you can stare at it, look at it. Nice guy. So we're still on the second floor. This is the attic access for the house. So you can see it's a good access. They're in there right now and it's in the morning, so it's nice and cool still, because in a couple hours it'll get too hot in there. So what they're doing is they're tying off all the electrical, making sure all the lights are in properly, so when inspection happens tomorrow, the electricity can go back on. So it's a lot cooler again in there now. The other thing that we've done is this used to be the old AC unit. That's all patched and drywalled, and same with the heating unit. So those will be completely like they've never existed. And then one thing we're gonna have is probably 2 lights here to get proper light for the staircase. So that'll get done as well today. So let's go check out the courtyard and we are done. So we're here in the courtyard and you could tell the trash has started to accumulate once again. So we're hoping this is the end of it, because in a day or so they're gonna start texturing, so everything out of the house will be removed completely. You can see the windows are completely in and they're caulked all the way around. Now these are low E windows with really low coefficients, meaning they're really energy efficient in what the county requires. Again, that's the window from upstairs that's not yet done, and the reason is it has to get dropped a little bit, so that window will actually be bigger, which will be nicer and provide more light. You'll see the stucco there. Those have already been patched. That's where it used to be the old air conditioning unit and the dryer vent that was expanded for some reason. I think when the home was lived by the homeless, that they actually made that hole bigger, maybe for access. And on the side, we'll show you that Angel, he's also stuccoing the last window. So that should be done today. And then on the panel, what the inspector required us to do is put another grounding rod. There's one already in the front, but one also to the back. And that's because the house is not just metal piping, now it's copper and PEX, so it doesn't have the same ground as it used to. So that's why they require that the actual panel also be grounded. So you see that as well. It's an 8-foot rod, so it takes some time to drive that thing down with a sledgehammer, but if you ever wanna take some anger out, that's definitely the thing to do it. So thanks everyone for watching episode 5, day 15 of Rehabbing the Concourse, and we'll see you next week. Bye.